Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in, 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I am Rob Breaux alongside Craig. Nope, we were talking about Craig Wells before the show.
Wow.
David Collier. Well, you put his name in my head, and then I was just thinking about, you know what we're talking about. Anyways. Yeah. And I was also reading his name in the picks right here.
Yeah.
That was a weird confluence of things to go wrong. And now David's offended.
No, I'm fine. Why would I be? There could be worse people in this building, you called me.
That's true. And Lucas White here today. You can call in on the Visual Edge IT hotline 806-771-0973. You can also hit us up on the 8's Flooring Center chat line. David, how was your weekend?
It was good. I kind of missed a football game. I rewatched and re-listened, but got a little dad time in watching some band and then some softball. Not in Lubbock, Texas. So it was a nice trip.
So the bands were, what is this?
Area. Yep.
I never know how many
I did not.
Rounds, area, regional. I don't know if they skipped to regionals.
No, I guess they go by district. I guess that's what was at Lowry Field 2 weeks ago. Then they go to area, and then whoever finishes in one in every 25 that are participating year. So 5, I think, is what it was. Made it to state. They just go straight to state. They go straight to state. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, and I didn't know that because I wasn't there for finals. I stayed and watched. Yeah, the early competition. They competed at 10:30 in the morning. They found out at 4:30 that they made the finals, and they didn't compete until 6:30.
Oh wow!
And so they made it to the finals. They finished 6th, though.
Oh
yes, but you know what?
They get some ones though.
Yes,
I guess you finished in 6th. You got some ones. Yeah.
The proud dad moment, though, whenever I was dropping the kiddo off at school today, I was like, hey, that was a good job. He was like, I would have rather finished 10th than 6th than one spot out of going to state. I was like, that's good. I like that. I like to hear that.
Yeah, that's tough.
But that, and then watch some softball. That was fun, too.
And that's just some fall camp stuff?
Yeah, fall ball. So okay. I think that was their 3rd weekend. This was the only... I guess I've made one other one when Tech was on the road. Maybe at Houston? Maybe it was Arizona State. I was able to go to a couple of them. I got one more to go in fall ball. So see how that goes. It was a good weekend. Got a double. Got a walk. Made some nice plays in the field.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We also had lots of stuff going on this weekend. Texas Tech football did beat Oklahoma State 42-0. A lot of the time, though, it was like, wow, that was really awesome defense. Man, this offense is kind of nerve-wracking. Okay, oh, man, sick defense. Jacob Rodriguez. Oh, here's another 3 and out.
Man, our special teams is so good. Got another block.
So it was a little bit like, man, 42-0 feels awesome. But I have some questions moving forward. Now, a lot of those questions could be alleviated by the return of Baron Morton, the return of Terrence Carter, just the health of the team moving forward, maybe getting back to what you need it to be. But also the health of the team taking a hit over the weekend as Will Hammond tears his ACL. So Mitch Griffiths now QB2. And I'm a little bit unsure of who QB3 might be, but I guess it's Holden Phillips.
Yeah,
he came in and took the snaps.
Yeah, well, there wouldn't be another one.
He's never had an incomplete pass. Well, Chuba Jones is...
Yeah.
Lloyd
that's
is healthy.
True, but he is healthy now?
He was suited up.
Okay.
Suited up and warming up.
Yeah. Well, I think you want to save him, right?
Well, but it's
if need be.
It's
Well, yes, if you get down to that point, yes, you're probably saying, hey,
Well, I'm just saying if you have an opportunity, you could play either one at this point.
Yeah.
I guess not technically last night and the 4, but if you're having to play him in every game,
that's a
little bit different.
I'm just saying when you've already lost one quarterback in the game, and the guy you're referring to is a guy that had to work his way back from injury,
Sure.
You probably just want to steer clear on that day.
Probably so. I have some thoughts on what the offense might be moving forward, but we'll save those probably for later in the week. We will talk through that Oklahoma State game at some point today. The Broncos murdered the Cowboys yesterday. That was in the pick'em. A pick'em in which David and I performed valiantly. Collier 8-2 over the weekend.
Yep.
One of his losses in OU game, which he personally blamed me for, even though everyone picked OU but me.
I didn't blame you. I blamed you for putting it on the pick'em.
Right. And then
it's like that for me every week. So
yeah, I know.
Well, you like 7 teams. What do you mean?
I never pick Ole Miss to win ever.
I only for the record, I only like one team, and you chose to put it on there.
I've spun 17 wheels being emotional, so you guys can deal with it.
Maybe you should just pick the OU game 10 times.
I went 7-3, and I think I'm over. That was my first win on an OU game this year.
Well, we've only done 2.
Well,
so
this was 3.
Pretty sure this was just 2.
This was 3. I went back and looked after you called me a bad word.
I didn't call you a bad word. That's a term of endearment.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Elsewhere on the pick'em, the caller 5-5, Lucas 5-5. We'll tell you who had the tiebreaker later on in the show. But it was Houston beating Arizona State. That was the big victory for the Big 12. I guess not for all of the Big 12, but certainly for Texas Tech.
For the Big 12 or for Texas Tech.
Well, for us, I think we've been rooting on Houston this year.
Oh, yeah. I was pretty pumped. I could move them way up in my power rankings.
They're also now in the top 25, along with Cincinnati, BYU, Texas Tech.
There's 5.
And
I'll be honest, I wasn't listening when you were rattling off your...
It's BYU, Texas Tech, Cincinnati,
yeah,
Houston.
I need to see it in front of me. I can't think of it. I know there's 5. Saw a headline. Again, I was kind of out of pocket yesterday.
We're going to let David Collier think of it.
I'm going to think of it. I'm just going to pull it up.
No, you got to think of it.
Nope, my brain does not work like that this morning. It's Monday morning, Rob Breaux.
No, it can't. I believe in you.
Nope, I've already forgot the ones you've rattled off.
I believe in you.
Nope.
It's Utah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest, I had to look it up too. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia. That's the top 5. BYU tied at 10th, and for some reason they have them listed behind Miami, even though they're 8-0. Miami's 6-1, and alphabetically, BYU comes first.
Yeah.
Notre Dame in front of Texas Tech, they're 5-2, but their 2 losses ranked ahead of them currently.
Where's Ole Miss on that?
Ole Miss is 7th.
7, okay.
Oklahoma falls to 18th.
Yeah, thank you. But losing by 7 points to a top 10 team.
Texas stays at 20th, or moves up to 20th after what happened this weekend.
How did they move up?
More after this. Out of 47, the score. It's the end of the bench.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
A couple of questions on the chat line we'll get to as we move through today on the Texas Tech football game coming up against Kansas State. We'll wrap up Oklahoma State one more time when we come back in the second hour, but first let's check the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
I kind of said that like Oprah. I don't know why I did that. It's National American Beer Day.
Tastes great, less filling.
Oh, here we go, Collier. It's Cranky Coworker Day.
Do you want me to tell that to somebody or what?
No, I just thought that might resonate a little bit.
With who?
Huh?
With who?
What? So, National Black Cat Day. National Mentoring Day. And that's it. Any birthdays, Lucas?
Man, that was really quick.
Not many birthdays. So we have
boy. Talk slow.
Brady Quinn turning 41 years old. We have Evan Turner turning 37. Lonzo Ball turning 28. Kelly Osborne turning 41. Then we have John Cleese turning 86.
Cleese is still around.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. And
Favorite
then-
John Cleese movie?
I mean, any Monty Python?
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I liked Rat Race. He was the weird billionaire guy in Rat Race.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the entirety of that movie, but I've seen,
I just love John Lovitz.
yeah. Lee Greenwood turning 83. And then Theodore Roosevelt was born on this day.
Oh, boy.
Shout out to Teddy.
All right, it's my turn.
Uh-huh.
In 1973, Joe Barnes ran 23 times for 173 yards and a touchdown, and Larry Isaac scored twice. Number 18 Texas Tech beats SMU 31-14.
Joe Barnes, the quarterback.
Yes.
Ran for
173 yards and a
Nice.
touchdown. Yeah. A couple of baseball ones. Probably there weren't many things. I apologize in advance when I say this. In 2011, David Freese hit the game-tying triple with 2 outs in the 9th inning, and then hit the walk-off home run in the 11th inning of a really big game.
Yeah, Game 6.
Yeah.
That game is always talked about. That first hit with the Nelly Cruz misplay.
Yeah.
But you came back in that game.
Yeah.
And then you did it again.
Yeah.
And then you had a Game 7 that you just weren't as competitive in.
Yeah. And another one involving not the Rangers, but it was the first World Series at Globe Life Field.
Yeah.
The Dodgers beat Tampa Bay 3-1 in Game 6 to win their first World Series title 3-2, and future Texas Ranger Corey Seager was the World Series MVP in that. So
His first of 2
yeah,
World Series MVPs.
so something to look forward to there. Let's see, on this day, as I do this on the fly. Elon Musk bought Twitter on this day in 2022 and then changed the name of it.
Did he? If nobody calls it that, did he really change it?
Yeah, well, some people try to call it
Yeah.
that, and I refuse to.
I see people and I just...
On this day in 1955, Rebel Without a Cause premiered. My wife's favorite movie.
Never seen it.
Really? I watched it a couple weeks ago, actually.
Well, if it's your wife's favorite, you're probably...
Well, when it's on,
Taking it,
it's it's you watch it whether you want to or not.
What's his name?
James Dean.
James Dean.
Yeah.
I
Let's
could
see.
picture him. I couldn't think of his name.
Other movies. Vampire in Brooklyn in 1995 with Eddie Murphy. This is what happens when you just do it on the fly. Romeo and Juliet with
Leonardo?
Leonardo and what was that? Who was that? Claire Danes.
Yeah.
1996 on this day. You seen that?
I have.
Okay.
And John Leguizamo.
Yep.
Mercurio.
Mm-hmm. That's it. A bunch of Halloween movies, but we don't need to get into any of that.
Just give me a couple.
I guess I did give you Vampire in Brooklyn was one of them.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's bad. Jigsaw, 2017.
One of the
Saw.
final Saw movies.
Saw 3.
I don't think I saw
2006.
Jigsaw. Saw 3 is a great one. The original Saw is the best Saw.
Yes.
I think I like Saw 5, but Saw 3 is also good.
I bet I didn't go past 3. 2023 Five Nights at Freddy's was released.
Yeah,
thing.
I've heard of it, but
What other?
do you know what's really popular in the Five Nights for Freddy's world? The people streaming that game.
Really?
Yeah. I think that's how it got so popular in this last go-around.
And in 2000, The Little Vampire was released, featuring the Jonathan Lipnicki from Jerry Maguire.
Do you know the human head weighs 33 pounds? Is that what it is?
I don't think. I think it's like 8 pounds or something like that. Something around there.
Big head?
Hey, it's Brandon Walker.
Yeah, they keep showing the highlight of the touchdown right in his face. Now they showed him.
I can't imagine. Like, would you act? I mean, I know it's a bit, but so Brandon Walker's a Mississippi State guy, and he's running around the field when they're leading this game, pulling his shorts up because they're falling down. But would you act like this if Texas Tech was beating Texas?
No.
Okay. I think you deserve all of this if you act like that during a game.
Probably. Talking about Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, that was their second worst graded game on PFF of the season.
Texas Tech?
Texas Tech's.
Well, I mean, and that's one of those games, if you look at it and you're one of those AP voters, not to say winning 42-0 against anybody is not impressive, but if you're starting to nitpick and go, oh, they've got 2 tough games coming up, if you look at the halftime score, you're like, oh, that's offense just rolling right along.
Yeah.
Just defense being solid and the offense.
Certainly, if you're not looking at anything in the game and you're just an AP voter nationally, I think that's a great result.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're not digging into it at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're an AP voter, you're like, oh, Texas Tech is that. Yeah, if you're a Texas Tech fan, you want the.
Yeah, but it was 28-0 for 58 minutes in that game.
Well, it was also 28-0 with a special teams touchdown, and I know that those things happen. A defensive touchdown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
it was 28-0 after the first 2 touchdowns. Because 35-42.
Yeah.
So, and those happened in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
You scored 28 the rest of the game. You really only scored 21. Because Jacob Rodriguez,
I'll still take a 42-0 win.
100%. You do not complain about 42-0 games. But we might a little bit when we come back. 100.7 the score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Should Texas Tech have gone after Carson Beck? How are his stats at Miami versus what Baron Morton's doing? And honestly, he's got a decent completion percentage. He was really good against Notre Dame. Has not been as good since. He's got 12 touchdowns to 7 interceptions and just 1,600 yards.
I've got something for you.
Yes?
No, he's probably played a little bit more, clearly.
Well, hold on. Let's go back to that in a second. Baron Morton is 68%, 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. So, no, I don't think you should have gone after Carson Beck. I think there were other quarterbacks you probably could have gotten, but I think you have a lot of faith in Will Hammond. He did not play well in his 2 starts. Well, he was fine against Oklahoma State, I guess, but didn't really ever get going. And then, you take a lead against Arizona State, so even with the struggles, you were in a position. But no, I don't think Carson. I don't think you get everyone you do out of the portal if you go get Carson Beck first.
Yeah.
Do you have David Bailey if you go get Carson Beck?
Probably not. You have that. Well, maybe. I guess it depends.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, if he's there, you're probably like, you know what? We didn't really want to spend this, but we might as well do it now. Maybe. I mean, you just have more depth, but I don't think.
I do think you might go get a guy this offseason.
Oh, yes. This offseason, it probably makes sense because Will's not going to be ready for a little bit.
So you have a guy that was in the portal this offseason that is playing well? Is that what you're saying?
No. I was just saying, how many interceptions did you say Carson Beck had?
7.
7.
Oh, is this?
No, I was just saying he had 4 in one game, and Barron has 3 on the season.
Yeah.
So I don't think Carson Beck is that much better.
No.
Of an option. Now, would you? I guess the argument was
I didn't want Carson Beck.
No, and I think partially one that could have fractured some stuff in the locker room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
2, used that money elsewhere and probably helped out your defense with the nation's leader in sacks.
Also, if Baron Morton comes back and has a great 4 games to finish the season, he missed a couple games, but you're not going to remember that in 10 years. If you go win a Big 12 championship, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you might remember that, injuries have definitely been part of the storyline. Yeah.
As far as the season, I don't think so, but as a career.
Yeah.
Oh, what would he have been if he had been healthy the whole time?
Yeah. I think he's still I think people sometimes forget that he's a good quarterback. He just is prone to being hurt.
This text says, you can have good running backs, but unless the offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, they aren't going to go well. No, I think you're definitely not controlling the line of scrimmage, and I just don't think you have a very good commitment to the run game.
And that might be a big part of it. I think if you have a good running back, you could probably make up for some of the issues. Was the offensive line great last year?
I think you were a fine run blocking team last year.
Last year, okay.
The past 2 years, not great, no.
Yeah.
But you had a commitment to Taj Brooks.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a commitment there.
Your running backs have Taj Brooks carries in one game over the last 2 weeks, and that's 2 running backs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I almost came unglued in the press box when Mitch Griffiths came in on 4th down and ran the ball.
Yeah.
And if Baron Morton has a singular designed quarterback run in the next 4 weeks, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Now, you have to play football. And if there is an opportunity for Baron Morton to scramble outside the pocket and get a first down, he has to be able to do that.
But that's different.
That is different than running quarterback power or a draw like he did against Kansas. And that's not the play he got hurt on. That was a different play, but it just does not need to happen. If you want to run the ball, do it another way. And by the way, Cam Dickey, one of his carries was a quarterback power because he went in at Wildcat.
Yeah. Run that more often.
Sure.
It's not like he's not a former quarterback, so he's run it before.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want to get you all flummoxed on the run game there.
I'm a little bit flummoxed. It's been frustrating in the last 2 weeks. I think you can get it going again, and I think Oklahoma State's defensive line played really well. I don't want to take anything away from them. The rest of their defense was bad.
Yeah.
Linebackers didn't really do much. The secondary was really bad. But their defensive line, I thought, played really well against your offensive line. So were there any tortillas thrown on Saturday is the question here. I counted 5 in the north end zone, and 2 of them...
Narc.
2 of them came out after the touchdown, and I think you're just really excited there. What we didn't talk about in the highs and lows, and what didn't look like was happening at all on the Jumbotrons or announcement-wise at Arizona State Stadium, at least they didn't talk about it, on the broadcast in Tempe, was there were at least 3 instances of things being thrown on the field at the game.
They did.
Now,
they did mention it at the end.
They mentioned it on the broadcast,
yeah.
but not the warnings.
Yeah.
There were yellow towels from the student section early in the second half. And then there were 2 separate instances of bottles being thrown on the playing surface. Now, from my estimation, right, originally it was 2 warnings and then a penalty.
Yeah.
The opportunity for a penalty. It never said penalty.
Yeah.
It said the opportunity for a penalty,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Because the game administration would get together and talk about it. Bottles are worse than tortillas.
Yes.
Throwing things as part of a tradition versus throwing things out of anger is 2 different things.
Well,
one is worse.
I will argue your first part saying throwing things as part of a tradition is erroneous because throwing them at the other team is not the tradition.
I didn't say that.
Well, but you said as a tradition.
I said throwing things as a tradition, which is accurate.
Yeah. Well, you said tortillas. Or I guess you did say things, yeah.
Yeah.
But you would also agree with me, throwing them in the air is the tradition. Throwing them at the other team should not be the tradition.
That's
Semantics?
zero part of what I'm talking about. The Arizona State student section is in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
They're not even by the team.
Yes.
So they don't have the opportunity to throw them at the other team.
Yeah. They probably tried.
So for nothing to come out so far, and I would understand if it's just a $25,000 penalty for the first time against Arizona State, but it should be $100,000 because it was league-wide this weekend.
Well, and I would think that would be announced on Wednesday, right? Didn't it seem like that was when everything...
But there was nothing in the game. There were 0 15-yard penalties and 0 warnings or anything else that we heard on the broadcast.
But they got fined for storming the field. The league has to say there was no flag for storming the field, so something has to be done by Wednesday.
Something has to be done. But if the fine is associated with the penalty, there's not going to be a fine.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
This texter says, as a fan who was not able to catch the start of the game, did the fans behave and not test the tortilla repercussions? Yes. They did behave. I was really proud of the students behind the bench.
It was probably, I think, yes, I'm proud that they didn't get into it and cause issues. It was probably easy not to on that day because of your opponent and how over that game was so quick. I'm not saying that they would not have done that.
But even the opening kickoff, especially with that kind of exciting opening kickoff.
No, exactly. And that makes me think that it would have been like that for the duration, even if it was. But I'm just saying, I mean, you were playing a team that I think even the students there, I will say this. I did think, I want to call this a low. I mean, they got into it, but were those really Texas Tech fans that took their shirts off and acted like Oklahoma? See, that's a low for me. I mean, we make fun of Oklahoma State for copying everything Texas Tech does.
By the way, Oklahoma State didn't start that either. Indiana did the year before last.
When they were bad?
If you remember, yeah. They were 2-9. You don't remember the old guy? There's like a 90-year-old man up there. They ripping his shirt off.
I don't remember that, no.
Oh, yeah, you got to look that up. All right, let's do some power rankings. We're going to start with David Collier's power rankings.
Oh, I'm going first? Okay.
You're going first.
All right.
We're forcing you this time.
Okay. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. The bottom 4 remains unchanged. Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Colorado, UCF. I might have flip-flopped UCF and Colorado, but Colorado deserves to drop down a spot after whatever that was over the weekend against one of the better teams, I understand. But that was a mess. I finally dropped Baylor down quite a ways. They are 12.
Yep. And
they should be thankful the other 4 teams are there at this point. Kansas, if I had to pick between Kansas or Arizona, and this is my poll, so I probably should flip-flop these two, but I'm going to have Kansas at 11, followed by number 10, Arizona. Arizona should probably be 11 there, to be quite honest with you, but I did this very late at night. So
Apparently I am higher on Arizona than you.
yeah, you are. You're always higher on Arizona. Iowa State, and I'm pretty sure Arizona beat Iowa State, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't care.
No, Iowa State beat Arizona.
Okay, so I feel better about this. Iowa State at 9, decimated by injuries and looking like it when you're 9th, right? TCU, probably not as good as Iowa State, but TCU at 8. Arizona State at 7. Kansas State climbing quite a bit for me here just because of this 4-game stretch. I know it's against nobody, but if you have Kansas State up a little bit higher, then you feel better about beating them in Manhattan this weekend. So they're at number 6 for me.
I did the same.
Okay.
Not quite to 6, but I did the same.
Yeah. Utah at 5. My Houston Cougars in the top 4. And if you, what? Why are you rolling your eyes over there?
I'm looking at the chat line.
Oh, okay, the chat line. If you look at Houston's final 4 games, do you want to look at Houston's final 4 games? I can pull it up for you real quick.
Dude, they're going to go.
They could win all of those games.
If they don't win 10, it's a disappointment at this point.
They should win all 4 of those games.
Yeah.
4 of those games, yes.
West Virginia at UCF, TCU at Baylor. They should win all 4.
They should win all 4 of those.
Yeah.
11-1.
And they're going to miss the Big 12 championship.
In year 2 of the Willie Fritz era, while replacing your defensive coordinator and your offensive coordinator.
And your 5 best defensive players.
Yeah. I'll pat myself on the back for that Willie Fritz fan club. You want me to finish off now? It really doesn't matter at this point. 3, Cincinnati, 2, Texas Tech, and still number 1 for the second straight week, BYU.
All right, I've got the exact same top 4: Houston, Cincinnati, Texas Tech, BYU. Utah 5, Arizona State 6, Arizona 7, Kansas State 8. And then the rest, like, who really cares? We'll go back to the bottom. Oklahoma State 16, West Virginia 15, UCF 14, Colorado 13. And it's been that way the whole time pretty much since week 2 or 3. I probably should have dropped Colorado again.
Yeah.
UCF probably should be 13. Again, it doesn't really matter in the bottom 4.
No.
The next 4, Baylor at 12, Kansas at 11, Iowa State at 10, TCU at 9. Those are my Big 12 power rankings. Lucas, what do you have?
At 16, I do have Oklahoma State. At 15, I have Colorado. 14, I have West Virginia. Who cares? It's my list. I can do what I want. 13, UCF. 12, Kansas. 11, Baylor. 10, Arizona. 9, TCU. 8, Arizona State. 7, Iowa State. 6, I have Houston. And then 5, Kansas State. 4, Utah. 3, Cincinnati. 2, Tech. 1, BYU.
Got a little bit of breaking news for you.
We do have kickoff times.
Not just kickoff times.
And we have potential designations for TV.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
11 a.m. kickoff
Uh-huh.
on ESPN or ABC.
Is the college game day game ever on at 11 a.m.?
It might be that week.
I mean, is that the thing?
Well, I would imagine if it's on ABC, that's what I'm
saying.
That's going to be college game day, would be my guess.
Or else Kirk won't be there and he'll be in a jet somewhere with his dog.
Yeah. Back-to-back, Big 12 on college game day. I thought that would never happen.
I would have agreed with you there.
But ESPN hates the Big 12.
I was surprised. No, they just love the SEC. I think is the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
2 different things. I was surprised that they picked Cincinnati, Utah for game day. But if you look at the schedule next week, it wouldn't be shocking to have Texas Tech BYU be the number 1 game.
Well,
rankings and otherwise.
And I don't know what other SEC game is ranking wise, but I would think at this point of the year they probably hit all of the top 10 teams areas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
SEC-wise, so they would want to go to a different place. And that seems like your best opportunity to have a top.
They've been to Alabama, yes.
I honestly don't
It's
know.
Alabama, LSU.
No, they're not going to that.
So it's flexed.
LSU, no head coach.
No coach. Missouri hosting A&M
That kind of fell off
is
a little
also a
bit.
flexed game, but Missouri lost.
And then lost their quarterback, so.
So it's either Lubbock or Kyle Field. More after this. 100.7 The Score.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. We've got some winners on the theme. Trey Graves was first with Matt Wells. Bullfighter says theme. We're playing against the guy who kicks field goals on second down. Panhandle Raider was just off. He said either a water well or get well will. Which, hey, get well will for sure. You know, something we haven't really talked about on the Will Hammond thing. I'm not a doctor. But, 9 months is fast for an ACL nowadays, right? Now, we don't know what type of tear or the surgery or anything else. But you're certainly through spring and into fall camp with an ACL, right?
Yeah.
If not the first couple of weeks of next year.
I would think so.
That's a tough injury this late in the year.
I was
Yeah,
waiting for you to say I'm not a doctor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
I wish I did. I would have slept better. I was looking at my sleep app. Yeah, this is not a good score on the sleep.
I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express, but the hotel I stayed at, I got a lot of sleep. Let's put it that way.
That's good. This texter says might be a good thing to have BYU kicking at 11 a.m. It's 9 a.m. for them.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a really early kickoff for him, but it always seems like coaches say they like to play the 11 a.m. game on the road so they're not hanging out in the hotel all day long. I mean, I know it's 9 a.m. for them, but still they get up and they go straight to the football field.
Or they don't spend time at the bowling alley the night before the game, just playing in the arcade. That too.
Who would do that?
Who would do that?
Was the team bus there or just did they Uber over?
They were just, I would
just
say,
a few of them?
probably about 7 or 8 guys.
Okay. In the
There.
arcade, though.
Yeah. They were playing the racing game.
Seven or 8 guys. So well, at least they were sitting down. They were off their feet, you know.
I just pictured them drinking pitchers of
Yeah.
bowling.
Yeah, that's. And normally you're 7 or 8 if you have 70 plus on your travel squad, but I heard Chuck Hines say this morning on the radio that he counted all of them, and they were in the 50s. How many players they had?
So, I've been getting Chuck Hines Jr. comments.
Yeah, you have.
On this chat line and just on Twitter. I posted anyways. I saw it. The Chuck Hines conversation this morning, they were all laughing at him for counting the players on the sideline.
Yeah.
I also did that.
You did?
Yeah, but I got 64.
Oh.
Which is still well under 74. So I bet it was around 60 players they had on the travel squad. And that's in part due to injuries. I think they have a lot of guys out.
At least 11 guys in the portal, right?
Yeah. And 4 or 5 more that have announced their intention to be in the portal. So. There's that.
Yeah.
It was 9 a.m. when we played Utah. It was 10 a.m. local. And that did not go well for Utah. But it was 11 a.m. Central, right? Or noon Central.
It would have been 11 a.m., right? Wasn't it 11 a.m.?
I don't know, man. The mountain versus daylight time always confuses me. It was 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. It was 10 a.m. there, I know, for sure.
I just think it was an 11 a.m. kick here.
I think it was. This texter says, does it really matter if Tech can force Kansas State to be one-dimensional? It didn't seem to matter against Arizona State. Well, if you're going 3 and out the whole time, it doesn't matter. But I also don't think Avery Johnson is Sam Leavitt throwing the ball. Though he does every once in a while make a throw where you're just like, wow, he can actually throw.
Yeah, you're like, whoa, where's that?
That 71-yard throw he had on a dot was a pretty good throw.
Yes.
But then, like, the next 6, you're like, wait, where's the other Avery Johnson?
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. It's
so he'll probably hit a deep shot against you.
To Jaron Bradley?
To somebody. Probably to Jace Brown.
I know. I just wanted to needle you there.
Yeah, I know.
Just needling you. It's poking fun.
This texter says that 11 a.m. kick on ESPN or ABC is interesting because I wonder if game day is coming. They wouldn't highlight a game on Fox when on Saturday and force their hand.
Well, it's not going to be on Fox.
Right, it's on ESPN
anyway,
or ABC.
Yeah.
Now, Big Noon Kickoff doesn't always go to the Fox game, but it seems like in the last several years they have.
Again, that's my argument. You're gonna promote the game that's on your air.
Right.
I mean
But there were times early in Big Noon Kickoff that they would both be at the same game. Game day and Big Noon Kickoff. But I think Big Noon Kickoff has since just gone to the premier Fox game.
Yeah.
Which is what they should do.
That's what you should do for both of them. I mean, say it for the other one too. If you're ABC, you should go to the one that's on your air.
Brian Kelly to Oklahoma State.
Okay.
That's interesting. I think Brian Kelly and James Franklin will get immediate jobs.
Yes.
Somewhere.
You think James Franklin will do? I think James Franklin
James
will do
Franklin might
TV
go
for a year.
Yeah, he's got to give up a lot of money if he gets a job immediately.
Yeah, that's why he's going to do a TV.
Brian Kelly actually probably could go do TV too for a year.
I don't think anybody wants to watch him on TV.
Well, there's a lot of guys I don't want to watch on TV that are there.
I don't think Brian Kelly adds anything. I mean, I know he's a good.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the issue. I think is I don't know if you can find a lot of people that like him. Cincinnati people maybe like him.
Could Texas Tech grab an LSU quarterback for this current year if any hit the portal? They could grab them, but they couldn't play immediately. No.
No. What in the world was that?
My phone
I thought that
has
was
just been starting to play music lately. It's the weirdest thing.
I thought I didn't have my headphones turned up. I was like, oh, it's
songs that I never listened to. Who is Thomas Rhett?
Oh, now he's pretending like he doesn't know who Thomas Rhett is.
Did I say something about a river in the last 5 minutes?
No.
On a River by Thomas Rhett.
Hey Siri, play Rob's
No.
Rhett,
but we didn't say
Thomas
Siri.
Rhett playlist.
We didn't say anything like Siri either. No, my phone is freaking out. Okay, see, there we go.
Yeah.
The other day, my phone has also been obsessed with J. Cole lately for some reason. I started playing a J. Cole song in my pocket the other day. And then I was texting something not about J. Cole at all, and it autocorrected to J. Cole. I've never looked up J. Cole or wanted to look up J. Cole. My phone is freaking out. And I don't like it.
It needs better rest.
My brain's not working. My phone's not working. Our pets' heads are falling off. Choice Wooden coming in next. For us, that's it. Craig Wells will be here tomorrow.
He's here right now.
Davey Collier will be back on Wednesday. On Friday, we'll all dress up for Halloween. I'll tell you who lost the tiny wheel tomorrow, and we'll spin for either Lucas or the caller.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.